And hello, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee Farina, and you're watching Open, that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Our first guest is the Deputy Director of the Bard Early College, and she's here to talk about the Bard's new high school opening here in the Bronx and providing academically accelerated options for Bronx students. It's a beautiful thing. So please welcome to the show. Here to share more is the Bard Early College Deputy Director, Olga Ramos. Olga, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dr. Bob Lee. Thank you so much.
Olga, I'm bouncing around. I know this is the first of its kind, and I wish they had it back in the days when we were in school coming through, so that you can get that head start, basically, into the direction that you want to go. Tell us about it. How important is this?
Definitely. Well, I actually was part of the first graduating class at Bard Manhattan. So this is our third campus that we're opening up in New York City. It's our ninth campus, though, in the country. So the first campus was our Manhattan campus. We opened right after 9/11 in 2001. And I was actually part of the first graduating class. So I graduated with a high school diploma and an associate's degree. And I transferred every single credit to four-year college.
And who does that to graduate with an associate's degree out of high school?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's tons of motivated students in New York City. Before this role as deputy director, I was director of admissions. So I saw firsthand of how many students wanted to apply to a program like this. So in the thousands. So it's a very competitive program. And that's why there was a need in the Bronx specifically. So we've been working on this for a while, and we're happy we're going to open up our doors in just a few weeks.
Wow. How did this idea come about? Because that's a great, that's something that a lot of people look forward to, to just climb. People don't have to stop and decide if they want to take a break out of high school to go to college or go to work, and, they can do the whole thing. They can just, all right, you have your associate's degree. Let's continue this.
Well, that's exactly the idea. The idea is that students are able to do all of this in one location, right? We don't need to shuttle students to a community college, to another college to do it, but everything is in the building. And they can do it with their teachers and graduate with both diplomas. So the idea originated with our parent institution, Bard College, which is a liberal arts college upstate, about 2 hours away. And the president, Dr. Botstein, and the chancellor then had a conversation and said, we want to bring early college to New York City. We want it to be free. We want it to be a public school. It's really important for us that it was a public school. It wasn't an independent school. It wasn't a charter. It was a good old-fashioned Department of Ed public school. And we wanted to serve for our New York City students. So that's, where we started in 2001. And then we opened up our Queens campus in 2008. And now the Bronx will open now in 2023.
All right. So how did it happen for you? How did you feel upon, just graduating from high school and having a degree at the same time?
So I spent my first years in the Bronx. So this is very personal to me, this opening a Bronx campus. I was raised in a single household, single mother. No one graduated college in my family, so I was the first one. When we learned about the opportunity, it was kind of like a no-brainer. Like, of course, I'll sign up. It's a free associate's degree. It's college courses in New York City. Why not? So, I traveled. At that point, I was living in East Harlem. I traveled all the way to the Lower East Side to go to Bard Manhattan. And then I graduated. I graduated with my associate's degree, and I transferred every single credit, which saved me a lot of money, and continued my studies on to Bard College and graduated in 2 years.
And then they said, you know what? Why don't you hang out with us?
I did.
Continue to work with us.
I came right back. And part of the reason is because I wanted to make sure that this opportunity was given to the right students, the students that could benefit the most from a free associate's degree. So that was part of the rationale of going back, specifically in admissions, right? So we wanted to make sure that students who were the first in their family to graduate college,
Yeah.
income students, Black and Latinos,
Yeah.
really had this this
So
option.
how do we qualify?
Yeah, so in order for students to apply to any of our schools, they have to be New York City residents. It's
Yes.
a public school. They have to take an assessment. So it's a
Mhm.
BARD assessment. It's not a specialized high school exam. It's not a standardized exam. They write 2 short essays and then there's an interview. Or a video
Yeah.
that they submit. And that's how we choose our class. So for the incoming ninth grade class at Bard Bronx, we have a class of about 100 students, and we had close to 1,000 applicants.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. And what does the curriculum look like?
Yeah, so it's a liberal arts program, so which means that basically, we cover all of the disciplines. What's unique about Bard Bronx is that it has a core curriculum in the biomedical sciences program specifically. So we have this partnership with Montefiore Einstein, which will allow us to have guest speakers from their campus join us at Bard Bronx, tours of their facilities. So just an additional partnership that we don't have at our other campuses.
Internships,
hopefully, yes. Jobs moving forward, yes.
Yeah. So students who graduate from your school get a chance or an opportunity to go on to do what?
Yeah, so the majority of our students at our other campuses transfer some kind of credit into another college, right? So all the state universities, all the city universities will accept credits. Bard College, of course, will accept credits. So the majority of them continue on to 4-year institutions, whether they graduate in 4 years or 2 years or 3 years, or they take a gap year or they travel. It's really up to them. But they graduate with an associate's degree and a high school diploma.
How important is that to have an accelerated high school like Bard?
I think it's really important. I think what I can tell you from working in admissions is that there is a need for it. There are thousands of applicants to our schools. We're relatively small, medium-sized schools. So each school, our school in Queens and our campus in Manhattan are about 600 students. So that's like 150 per grade. And we have like 4,000 or 5,000 applicants.
Mhm.
So there is definitely interest for rigorous programming with the right support structure. So we really emphasize that we have a robust student support structure in the early colleges to support this.
So enrollment starts when? When should people start getting ready for it?
Yeah, so for our schools in Manhattan and Queens, we follow the New York City admissions timeline, which will open up usually in the fall. Because our Bronx school is new, it was kind of off the timeline. So we ran admissions in the spring, and we'll do that again for our 11th grade. So since it's our first year, we accepted a class into 9th grade and then a class into the 11th grade, which we call year 1, because that's when they start the college program.
So parents should get ready now.
They should get ready now. Yeah, reach out, visit our website to see when the process will officially start. Because we're a public school, we follow that timeline. We follow those admissions policies. We don't have our separate, they have to go through the Department of Education.
Yeah. Are there other people who come back and share the space and time like you did? You went through.
Oh, yes. Yeah, definitely. On staff and admin, we have, we're a big network, Bard College. So we have folks who have taught at Bard, who went to Bard, who went to what we call BSEC, Bard High School Early College, come back. Even in the Bronx, we have folks who graduated from BSEC Queens coming back to run our Learning Commons. It is a very close network, and people do come back often.
And Olga, people watching this will say, wow, she's so personable. I can identify with her. Where can I go to sign up? How can I get started? I would like to do something like this.
Yeah, well, for families who are definitely interested, then we do have an interest survey on our website where you can sign up. So those are for folks who want to know more about admissions and want to know how to apply for 9th grade or for 11th grade next year. I welcome them to fill out that survey. My information is online too. Feel free to reach out. But yeah, so there's a lot of information on our website.
Want to say hello to some people who are working with you?
I'm sorry.
You want to say hello to some people who are
Oh, yeah.
working with you?
Well, our principal, our founding principal at Bard Bronx, Siska Broussard, who's extremely intelligent, and she's done such a wonderful job in setting up the school. I'm excited for folks to really meet her and get to know her.
Great, great. You have a dean there?
Yeah, we're still hiring this month, so we're getting all, things happen so quickly. We got the approval for Bard Bronx, not, pretty early on this year, and then location and all of that. So we're rolling everything out, but
Yeah.
we'll have everything set. We have a ribbon cutting coming up August 30th. So it's a nice celebration. Folks will be joining us from the superintendent's office, from Bard. Some elected officials will be there. So that's just an exciting time for us all to come together and celebrate this moment.
Wow. Is there a website, social media we should climb onto?
Yeah, you can always follow Bard Early Colleges. That's our network, social media. Feel free to check that out on our website, of course.
Olga, thank you so much for sharing. This is wonderful. Great information. I mean, like I said before, I wish I had this early on. I would have wanted to jump into something like this.
Yeah, definitely. We're really excited that we're opening up in the Bronx.
Yeah. All righty. Olga Ramos, Deputy Director, Bard Early College. It starts now.
Yeah.
Do it now. Thank you, Olga.
Thank you, Dr. Bob Lee.
Okay.
Bye.
We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more coming up next on Open.